Yesterday was all about like why I became cruelty free, when I became cruelty free, and how I did it. So we're gonna like keep to that theme, and today is going to be my favorite cruelty free beauty brands. Basically, these are gonna be my favorite brands, and then at the end of the video, it's gonna be the brands I want to try, and that I've heard good things about, but I just haven't gotten there yet. So let's just jump right into it. It's going to be no surprise that the first brand on this list is Kat Von D. These are 4 of her Everlasting liquid lipsticks. Most of my face is Kat Von D. Her activism is what kind of drove me to become cruelty free. All of her products are just amazing. Her shadows blend so well. Don't judge it off this, because these are her shadows, but one of them was black when it wasn't supposed to be. So I promise it looks good on people who know what they're doing. So if you're like looking for kind of like a mid-level cruelty-free brand, I really recommend Kat Von D. The next brand I'm doing is actually one of the first brands of makeup I actually heard of. This is because back in like elementary school, a friend talked about this brand, and they were also my first ever like eyeshadow palette that didn't come in one of those like giant boxes that you see at Ulta and Sephora, where it's like kind of like a train case, but it's like a giant like thing of shadows that are all like super glimmery and like just really poor quality, like it's just chalk. But it is Urban Decay, and I have the Pulp Fiction palette from I think 2013, and then oh geez, I keep dropping it. Mrs. Mia Wallace. So I kind of, Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite directors, so I kind of had to represent right now. But yeah, I haven't really used this palette at all, and I really want to get back into it, but I also don't want to use it because like they don't make this anymore, and I really like, it's just a plain neutral palette, and the colors don't even really have that much to do with the movie. It's kind of dirty. But Urban Decay has just become one of my favorite brands. I have 3 of their eyeshadow palettes, the Gwen Stefani one and then the After Dark palette. I'm not a huge fan of the Gwen Stefani one, but I really like the After Dark, and of course this one. And then I have several of their lipsticks. I have this one, and then Rapture, and then a couple samples that I depotted into like little things. I love their lip primer, and I have, what else do I have by them? I use their Optical Illusion primer, which is one of my absolute favorite primers. The next brand, I only have 3 products by this brand, but they are Anastasia Beverly Hills. This glow kit was a gift for Christmas, and you can kind of tell I haven't really used it much, just because I'm not a very big highlighter person, and these are darker colors, but I kind of want to try using them as eyeshadows this summer. I have the Modern Renaissance palette, and it is absolutely my favorite eyeshadow palette ever. It's just that it's such a beautiful palette, and the names are just like Vermeer. They just sound fancy, and they blend so well. And I like to do single color looks with them, like monochromatic, like they did in like the 60s and 70s. And that palette's just really good for it, because even like the kind of darker shades still look good on their own. So I also use their Brow Wiz, which I'm wearing right now. I don't apply it like very like thickly on, just because I don't like having super thick Instagram brows. The next brand is like the next brand is the kind of like the cheapest brand on this list, and that is, can you see it? Colorpop. I've kind of fallen out of love with their ultra mattes. They're just not comfortable, and they don't last very long, like either on the lips or actually in the tube. I've had mine. I'm I'm not sure exactly how long you're supposed to keep them, but mine are like just under a year old, and they're like completely separated. And before you're like, oh, you're not supposed to keep them for that long, they started separating at like 6 months. I don't know about you, I can't use a lipstick in 6 months. Just because, number one, I have so many, and I like to not wear the same lipstick shade every day unless it looks really nice. Their lipsticks aren't also like very true to color. They're ultra mattes. I have one of their satins, I think in Lying King. That one's pretty true to color. It's kind of like this magenta-y pink that I really like, but their shadows are probably like my favorite thing ever. This is their Super Shock Shadow in Copilot, and they're just really creamy. Even this one is as old as the ultra mattes, but it still like works. Like, look at that. You can't really see it, but they're still super creamy. I also have I also have one of their like blush tie-dye highlighters that I wear almost like every day as both a blush and a highlight because it's a very natural looking color. Really, other than that, I don't really have like a lot of favorite drugstore brands just because so many like of the popular drugstore brands aren't cruelty free. I know Ulta just started carrying Sleek and Makeup Revolution, but I have issues with Makeup Revolution because they steal so many designs from other companies, and it just seems really lazy. And I've heard good things about their, like, the quality of their shadows and products, but I just don't want to participate in art theft, so I'm not going to. And then Sleek, I haven't heard really good things about them. So let's move on to brands I want to try. The first is Lime Crime. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding Lime Crime, but everything I've heard about their products is actually really good. It just sounds like the management of it isn't very like tip-top shape. But I really want to try their mermaid collection that's coming out, and if I do get it, I'll definitely do a review of it. But I really want to try their Velveteens because I've heard people say they're like one of the best liquid lipstick formulas, and I really want to try Teddy Bear because I love Melanie Martinez, and that's the collab she did with them. And I also missed out on the Crybaby shade, which I've been searching for online, but it just doesn't exist anymore. But overall, I think their Velveteens just look absolutely gorgeous, and I just want to try it. The next brand is Beauty Bakery. They're the kind of Instagram brand that you see everywhere where, like, they'll do the smear test under running water and they don't move at all. And I've heard that, like, that's actually how they work. Like, they don't smudge at all, which is super cool. But things I have heard are that if you, like, just slightly mess up your lip line, like, you're screwed because they don't come off. So that's, like, one reason I've kind of stayed away from them, because I'm not very good at applying lipstick and keeping within, like, my lip line. So I'm, like, kind of worried about that. Another brand I want to try is Fairy Girl Cosmetics. They're 100% vegan and cruelty-free, and they have these really cool metallics that they just released, along with, like, other lipsticks and liquid lipsticks. The only thing that's really kept me from them is that their lipsticks are like $25 a pop. I think their liquid lipsticks and the metallics are only $15. But like $25 is still a lot for a lipstick. Shiro Cosmetics is another brand I want to try. They do a lot of like kind of nerdy fandom eyeshadows and stuff. I want to try their Series of Unfortunate Event eyeshadows, and then the Game of Thrones series. And they're not actually called like Game of Thrones or Series of Unfortunate Events. They have names that like reference the word. I know one of the Series of Unfortunate Events eyeshadows is called like Darling Dearest Dead, after the Beatrice letters that are at the Beatrice, like, I can't remember what that word is called. my light just fell over, aka my phone. After the like dedications to Beatrice at the front of the books. And I don't know, I've heard really good things. They're all loose powder, which is another reason I've kind of strayed away from them, because I feel like they'd be super, super messy. I just don't want to deal with that at this point in time. Another brand I want to try is Sugar Pill. I follow their founder on Instagram and I follow the brand. And I don't know, I really want to try the Kimchi and then the Trinket metallic lipsticks. I'm really like into metallic lipsticks right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I also have a Facebook page you can follow me on. If you have any suggestions for other videos, please leave those in the comment section down below and I'll be sure to check them out. Thank you and have a wonderful day.